You everyone for attending, whether in person or virtual. Once again, my name is Mika with Awaken Yoga. Today's setup is more of a chair yoga, one that you can use anywhere at work, at home, whatever setting you're in. The idea is that it's supposed to help with preventing migraines, or if you generally get migraines quite often, hopefully it alleviates any future migraines. And so we'll start off, as we do always, with a simple meditation and pranayama, where we work on our breath. And so if you're comfortable doing so, you either can close your eyes or gaze softly at the ground. And we will take ourselves outside into nature, as today is a beautiful day, and just think about what things you could be doing, whether it's walking through the woods and enjoying the nice warm sun coming down on you, or if it's sitting at a beach and just having your toes in the sand. But just bring yourself to a gentle breath, and we will breathe in for 3 seconds, breathe out for three, and hold for three in a triangle breath. And then we'll move up to 4 seconds and then 5 seconds. And we'll do a couple rounds of that. So, for whatever setting you need to be in today, let's slowly remove any air from our lungs and then slowly start breathing in. 1, 2, 3. Breathing out. 1, 2, 3. Holding. 1, 2, 3. Breathing in. 1, 2, 3. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Release. 1, 2, 3. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we'll go to 5. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you can bring yourself back to normal breathing, soft and easy. You can open up your eyes if you're coming back from either being out in the woods or being at a beach on this nice day. And slowly we'll start going into a seated cat-cow to start opening up our spines and our necks. And so let's put our hands on our knees. And as we breathe in, we will stick our stomachs out like a cow. And then as we breathe out, we will arch our backs like a cat. So let's do it nice and slowly. Breathing in, sticking our stomachs out, hold it. And then let's breathe out, arching ourselves like a cat. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. You can do a couple more at your own pace. Breathing in. Let's do 2 more cat cows. And then when you're done, just come to a neutral position with your hands on your knees. All right, neck, we're gonna work on a neck release. And we'll start with doing chin tucks, where you bring your chin down to your chest. And then breathe in, bring your neck back, bring your head back to the back of your neck. And then breathe out again as you're bringing it down to your chin, down to your chest. Do it nice and slowly. You don't want to move too quickly. You just want to get some nice movement going on between the back of your neck and the front of your neck. Do two more, and then we'll move on to the next. And when you're ready, just sit in a neutral position again. All right, next we're going to go ear to shoulder. We'll start out with our right ear going to our right shoulder. Breathing in, and then come to neutral. Breathing out. Slowly breathing in as you go to the other side. Breathing out again. And do it nice and slowly at your own pace. Transferring from ear to shoulder to the other side. Don't want to do too quickly, just nice and easy. Going back and forth. And try to get a nice deep stretch in the side of your neck. Do two more on each side. And then when you're ready, you can return to a neutral position. And next, we're going to connect the forward movement and the side movements and do neck rolls. So we'll start out with our chins down by our neck, breathing out, and then slowly work to your right, breathing in. And then as you're starting to work back down to your chest, breathe out. We'll do a couple of these in this direction, and then we will do them in the opposite direction. Do it nice and slow as we're trying to open up the neck. We'll go in the opposite direction when we're ready to provide balance. One more full circle. And then when you're ready, do it in the reverse way. Go to your left ear, left shoulder, then circling around to right ear, right shoulder. Try to go nice and slow. Go with your breath. The goal is to open up your neck, open up any tension that you might have in it. If by any points you feel uncomfortable, feel free to just stop or go even slower than you have been. And then when you're ready, you can return to a neutral position. And just taking nice, easy, deep breaths. Next up, we're going to do eagle arms to help open up our shoulders. And so at this time, bring your left arm forward and try to make it as a 90-degree bend. And if this part is always a struggle for me, so if you can't do it, that's okay. And then bring your other arm underneath as if you're trying to bring your hands together. And if you can bring your hands together, great. If you can't, no worries. As you can see, I can hardly do it as well. But the idea is that we're trying to open up the back of our shoulders where tension can build up and come up into our neck and up into our heads. And so once we're in a comfortable position where we're opening up the back shoulders, if you want to take it further, let's breathe in, going backwards, and then breathe out, coming forward. Do a slight bend forward. Breathing in, bring it back. Breathing out, coming forward. Breathing in again. And breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. We'll do one more and then we're going to try the other side. Return to a neutral position. If you got to shimmy out your shoulders a little bit, do shoulder rolls, open yourself back up. And then we'll go to the other side. So that with our other arm, bring it up to a 90 right in front of us, wrap it around. Once again, if you see a difference with your sides, that's okay. Every body and every side of your body can act differently. So that is normal. So let's start by breathing in and then forward, breathing out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Feel free to go at your own pace, at your own breath. It's not a race. This is just to help open you up. Do one more. When you're ready, just open yourself up. If you have to do some shoulder rolls, bring yourself back to a natural breathing. All right. Next, we're going to do seated side bends. So let's bring our arms up in the air, breathing in. And then we're going to reach off to our right side, breathing out. And you can drop your one arm. Now let's breathe in. And as you're breathing in, see if you can try to feel some stretching going on here. And then let's breathe back in, coming back up. And breathe out, reaching to the other side. Breathe in, come back up. Go back to the other side. I like to take at least one or two breaths over here to help further open it up. Hopefully, as you're doing this, you'll actually feel yourself being able to reach a little bit further over every single time. It shouldn't be a lot, but just enough because you are able to breathe in and out just to open up. Do one more on each side. left side. And let's return to a neutral position. All right, next we're going to do seated twist. So we're going to bring our arms up in the air. And with the seated twist, as we breathe out, we're going to reach across to our left side. And so bring your right arm to your left side and then just work on twisting. And as you're breathing in, see if you can twist just a little bit more with each breath. If you can't, that's okay. This is just to help open up your spine a little bit more. Trying to remove some of that tension that might be building up that shoots up from your spine into your shoulders and then into your neck and into your head. One more breath, and then we're going to switch to the other side. Bring our arms back up, back to the center. Let's try the other side. Grabbing that left arm for the right knee. Let's return to the other side. Bring it back up. All right. We'll do one more on each side. Back to center. Or on the other side then. All right, let's come back up and then get back to a neutral position. If you have to do shoulder rolls or open yourselves up. So far we started out with just working on our breathing, working on our necks, working on our shoulder blades as well, our sides, our spinal twist. Now, the last part we're going to work on is a little bit with our hips, because obviously your hips are known to store a lot of difficulties and struggles, and that can go all the way up into your spine. And so we're going to do a seated figure four stretch. And so we'll take our right knee and bend it, and then I'll bring our left ankle over, and then just like a figure four seating like this. And as you said, if you can't, we'll put a slight pressure on the knee to help open it up a little bit more. And through the breathing that we would do, we'll just continue to do the breathing. And so let's breathe in. And as you breathe out, then breathe in. And as you're breathing, if you could slightly push on your knee a little bit to see if it opens up a little bit more to help in a good stretching motion, especially in your hip and in your lower back. If it's too much, don't push any further because we don't want you to become injured or anything. It's just to help open up your hips a little bit in a seated position. So breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. I'll let you go at your own breath, your own pace. One more breath. And when you're ready, go back to a neutral position. you have to move a little bit from your hip, that's okay. And then we'll go on to the other side now, into another figure four to help the other side. Once again, breathe in and then breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. If you can, put a slight pressure on the knee as you're breathing in and breathing out, trying to open that up a little bit more, but not to the point that it causes any sort of pain or issues for you. And you might be feeling a different sensations from one side to the other. That is completely normal. We all have different bodies, and our bodies act differently every single day. Take one more breath. And then we can return to a neutral position. Now, to close out, as I always enjoy to do, is to bring ourselves back to a normal breathing meditation. So if you can, either close your eyes if you're comfortable doing so, or just bring yourself to a soft gaze at the floor. Let's bring ourselves back to where we started out, whether you started somewhere on a beach or in the woods, imagining that warm sun on you, because today's looking to be a beautiful weekend, a beautiful day here. Just bring yourself to a nice, content place. Remembering that we worked on seated cat-cow to help open ourselves up initially, working on the different neck releases to open up any tension that we have in our neck, eagle arms that we did to help open up our back shoulders, seated side bends, trying to get ourselves opened up in our torso, seated side twists as well, trying to open up the spine if there's any tension in the spine. And then the figure four for anything that was remaining in ourselves from our hips. Hopefully you feel different in this location that you are meditating in right now. Hopefully you feel more open, there's less tension, that you're able to go through your day much more relaxed and open. As you're ready, you can slowly open up your eyes, bring your gaze up, bring yourself back to your current situation where you are seated right now. I appreciate everyone for joining me today, being a part of this. As always, these sessions are recorded that you can go back to them in the future whenever you need to at home. We'll be announcing when the next session will be, so stay tuned to the newsletter and your provider here at MindPlus. When you're ready, bring your hands to heart center. I want to thank you again. Your mind thanks you, your body thanks you, your soul thanks you. Bring our hands to our third eye. All forward. Namaste. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you.